start off doing one of them, and then we're gonna go on to geometry. Turn to page 316. Okay, did you have any questions, Deborah, about the, did you look over those problems again?
No, ma'am. Not in my story.
Okay. Back on page 316. Let's do one of these to make sure, again, you remember. Let's look at number 10 on page 316. It says, for taxes, Social Security, and a savings plan, Jane's employer deducts $1 for every $6 that she takes home. Okay, deducts $1 for every $6 that she takes home. Okay. It says Jane's gross salary each week is $644. How much does Jane take home each week? Okay. What would be the X and what would the other one be?
Social Security, taxes.
Hmm? First of all, what would she, her gross salary is made up of what?
$6.
What is your gross salary made up of?
$644.
No, that's what it is.
Mhm.
What is it made up of? Your gross salary is made up of what? What is your gross? What are the two different terms that you use for salaries? One is gross and one is net. Okay.
Gross is your total.
Okay, so then if gross is your total, what is that total made up of? It's made up of your net pay plus whatever they take out, right? So what they take out plus what you take home equals your gross pay, correct? Everybody follow? Okay, so how are we gonna put that in X's? We said that your deductions plus your take home equals your gross pay, right? Right? Okay. What does it tell us in the first part of the sentence is the deductions and the take home?
They take $1 from every $6 you make.
Okay, so they take $1 for every 6, right? So the $1 is the deductions, right? That's your X. Okay? Your take home is 6X, right? Right? So these two together will equal, how much is it?
644.
644. Okay? So, we have X's on the same side, so what is X plus 6X? 7X is equal to 644. So we're saying 7 times some number gives us 644. How are we going to find out what that number is? Divide, right? Divide what?
7 into 644.
Okay. So this number has to be 92, right? And that's what? X, right?
Yep.
And so that's what? What does that represent?
The deduction.
The deductions. Because that's what we said here. That's why we always have to label it. So when we go back to answer it, we know what that X represents. The X is the deductions. So they take out $92. How are we gonna find out what her net pay is?
6 times 92.
6 times 92. And when we add these two together, we should come up with our 644. Okay? Okay? We change the words into symbols and numbers, and then we can solve for it. Okay? Let's go back to one we did yesterday and change the numbers so that you don't just have the answers there. We'll do one similar to it that you can work. Let's say Robert, Griselda, and Natalie. All work together. Okay? Together, on that math homework last night, they worked 12 hours all together. Okay? Robert worked twice as many hours as Griselda. So what is Griselda? What is Robert?
2x.
And Natalie worked 1 hour less than Robert. What is Natalie?
2x minus
2x minus 1.
When I don't hear you, it doesn't mean it's wrong. If somebody says something, I say, what? They won't say it again because they figure it's wrong. No, just because I didn't hear you. Okay, so now Robert is a 2x. Anytime we say Robert, it's 2x. Anytime we say Griselda, she's x. And Natalie is 2x minus 1 because we said she worked 1 hour less than Robert. You see? And when we add them all up, it'll be 12 hours. So we know that Robert plus Griselda plus Natalie equals 12 hours. Solve that. And I want to know how many hours did Natalie work? What's your water, Natalie? Just want to make sure no, I got one. I just want to make sure I didn't bring it in.
I thought this one may come in my school, I've been working extra. I'm tired. 5 o'clock in the morning. 8 2, but if I work extra, stay till somebody get there, that's extra 2 or 3 hours, or extra 4 hours. But today was just 2 hours. First and second.
You said 5 days. And then take the break home. You have to figure it out. Like you have
Is it 4?
No, it just made it the problem is we went on. Round your answer to the nearest whole number. So you may have a fraction because I made the problem up as we went along. So just round it to the nearest whole number. Right now, you ought to have whole and fraction problem.
Oh, Lord, I'm all lost. I done added all the x's, that's
And what did you get?
5x.
5x minus 1
Mhm.
equals 12. What
Right.
minus 1 equals 12? What minus 1 equals 12?
11.
11 minus 1?
13.
So 5 times something's gotta give you 13, right? How are you gonna find out what that is? The whole 5x is gonna have to equal 13, so that when you subtract 1 from it, you have 12, right? So that whole quantity has gotta equal 13. So that means that 5 times some number's gotta give you 13. You gotta figure out what that number is. I'll just make this problem up. Let's see, we don't wanna take so much time on this, it should not have taken, we should have been able to do this problem in a minute.
2.7.
No, okay,
2.7.
2x and another x is plus 2 more x, 5x. Minus 1 equals 12, okay? So now we know that something minus 1 is 12, we know that this something has to be 13. So I know that 5 times something's gotta give me that 13.
That's how you do that.
How do you find out what times what equals something? Divide. If I wanna know what times 5 equals 13, I gotta divide 13 by 5, right?
I got 25. I mean, 26.
Now, you didn't get 26.
Uh,
That's a big difference. 26
that's
times
why.
5 is not gonna give you 13.
That's why, okay.
2.6.
I got that right.
That's what